Ever wondered about the weird and wonderful history of your favorite foods? How about that piping hot pizza you had delivered last night? Or that chocolate bar stashed away for emergencies? Every bite tells a story, a journey through time that stretches back thousands of years. Let's dig in! From ancient grains to modern marvels, food has always been more than just sustenance. It's a reflection of our culture, our ingenuity, and sometimes our questionable choices. Join me as we explore the bizarre history of food, uncovering the surprising origins of culinary delights and dietary disasters. We'll travel from the pyramids of Egypt to the bustling streets of modern-day Tokyo, uncovering the secrets behind the food we love and sometimes love to hate. Get ready for a wild ride through history, seasoned with a dash of science and a pinch of humor. Now picture yourself in ancient Egypt, land of pharaohs and pyramids, but also, surprisingly, bread lovers. Imagine walking through bustling markets, filled with the aroma of freshly baked bread. These folks were serious about their bread. We're talking next-level bread-obsessed. Bread was an integral part of their daily lives, a true passion. You see, bread wasn't just a staple food, it was a symbol of life and prosperity. It represented sustenance and abundance, a key to their survival and success.
And the Egyptians, they were masters of baking. Their skills were unmatched, and their techniques were passed down through generations. They were among the first to discover the magic of wild yeast, those microscopic chefs that give sourdough bread its signature tang. This discovery revolutionized their baking. Imagine, no stand mixers, no fancy ovens, just clay ovens and sheer determination. Their resourcefulness was truly remarkable. They'd grind grains into flour using stone tools, a labor-intensive process that required skill and patience. Mix it with water and their trusty sourdough starter, a mixture they carefully nurtured and preserved, and shape it into loaves. Each loaf was crafted with care and precision.
These loaves weren't your typical supermarket variety. Some were round, some were triangular, each with its own unique character. Some even shaped like animals. Talk about edible art. The creativity in their bread making was astounding. And get this, they loved bread so much they even placed loaves in tombs for the afterlife. Bread was essential even in their journey to the afterlife. That's right, a little something to carb load on in the great beyond. They believed bread would sustain them in the afterlife. It's a testament to their love affair with bread, a love affair that continues to this day. The legacy of their bread-making skills lives on, inspiring bakers around the world. Fast forward a few centuries and we find ourselves in the medieval period, a time of knights, castles and grand feasts. Forget your Michelin star restaurants. The real culinary showstoppers were the grand banquets held in castles and manor houses where the elite gathered to indulge in opulent feasts. Now, these weren't your average potluck dinners. These events were meticulously planned and executed, showcasing the wealth and power of the host. We're talking elaborate multi-course affairs, each dish more extravagant than the last, designed to impress and overwhelm the senses. The sheer variety and presentation of food were meant to dazzle the guests.
Imagine tables groaning under the weight of roasted meats, exotic spices, and fantastical sugar sculptures. These were not just meals, they were spectacles. But hold your horses before you book your time machine. The preparation for these feasts was an art form in itself, requiring days of work. While the sheer abundance of food might sound tempting, the menu might not sit well with modern palates. The flavors and ingredients were quite different from what we're used to today. We're talking dishes like peacock pie, a true showstopper of the medieval table, where the bird was roasted and then meticulously reassembled in its full, feathery glory. It was as much about the visual impact as the taste. And if that wasn't enough, how about a boar's head, a centerpiece that commanded attention, complete with tusks and a shiny apple in its mouth? It was a symbol of status and wealth.
It was all about spectacle and extravagance, a display of opulence that was meant to leave a lasting impression on the guests. A far cry from today's minimalist plating and farm-to-table ethos, which focus on simplicity and sustainability. But hey, at least they knew how to throw a party. These banquets were the social events of the season, filled with music, dancing and entertainment. Just be sure to pack your appetite and maybe a strong stomach. The medieval banquet was an experience like no other, a true feast for all the senses. From the extravagance of medieval feasts, let's travel to the back streets of 18th century Naples, Italy. Here, amidst the bustling crowds and vibrant street life, a culinary revolution was brewing. Forget fancy ingredients and elaborate preparations. We're talking about the birth of pizza.
Now, this wasn't your gourmet, wood-fired pizza with truffle oil and artisanal cheese. This was food for the working class. A simple flatbread topped with whatever was cheap and readily available. Tomatoes, cheese, maybe a few herbs if you were lucky. But what it lacked in sophistication, it made up for in flavor and affordability. Pizza quickly became a staple in Naples, sold from street vendors and makeshift ovens.
Little did they know, this humble creation would conquer the world, one cheesy slice at a time. From its humble beginnings to its current status as a global food icon, pizza's journey is a testament to the power of simplicity and flavor. So next time you're enjoying a slice, take a moment to appreciate its long and delicious history. Chapter 4. The bean that conquered the world. A chocolate history. Let's journey across the Atlantic to the lush rainforests of Mesoamerica, where we'll uncover the history of a beloved treat, chocolate. Now forget your creamy milk chocolate bars and decadent truffles.
The ancient Mayans and Aztecs, they knew chocolate in its purest, most bitter form. We're talking about cacao beans, the magical seeds of the cacao tree. These beans were roasted, ground, and mixed with water and spices to create a bitter, frothy drink called zocolatl. It was considered a drink of the gods, consumed during rituals and ceremonies.
And get this, cacao beans were so valuable they were even used as currency. That's right, you could buy yourself a whole chicken with a handful of beans. Talk about a valuable commodity.
It wasn't until the Spanish conquistadors arrived that chocolate made its way to Europe, where it was sweetened and flavored to suit European tastes. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Chapter 5. From castles to golden arches, the fast food phenomenon. Now, hold on to your hats because we're about to enter the fast-paced world of, you guessed it, fast food. This is a journey through time, tracing the evolution of a dining revolution that has shaped our modern world.
Our story begins in the Roaring '20s, a time of flappers, jazz, and the rise of a new culinary phenomenon, the fast food restaurant. It was an era of innovation and change, where the idea of quick, affordable meals began to take root. The first fast food chain to grace American soil was White Castle, a name synonymous with those iconic square burgers. Founded in 1921, White Castle set the stage for what would become a nationwide obsession. They promised speed, affordability, and a standardized dining experience, a far cry from the leisurely meals of the past. This new model of dining was revolutionary, offering a consistent product that customers could rely on. And boy, did it catch on. The concept of fast food quickly spread, capturing the hearts and appetites of Americans everywhere.
Fast food spread like wildfire, fueled by the rise of the automobile, a growing middle class, and a desire for convenience. Drive-ins and diners became the new social hubs, where families and friends gathered for a quick, tasty meal. From burgers and fries to fried chicken and milkshakes, fast food became an integral part of American culture. These meals were not just about eating. They were about the experience, the speed and the satisfaction of a quick fix.
It wasn't without its critics, of course, but there's no denying the impact it's had on our diets and lifestyles. Critics pointed to health concerns and the decline of traditional dining, but the convenience and affordability were hard to resist. So, next time you're grabbing a quick bite, take a moment to appreciate the history behind this modern culinary marvel. It's a story of innovation, adaptation, and the ever-changing tastes of society.
Chapter 6, Spam, a culinary mystery wrapped in a can. Now, for a taste of wartime ingenuity, let's talk about a food that's either loved or loathed, Spam. This canned meat product made from pork shoulder and ham became a global sensation during World War II. It was cheap, it was shelf-stable, and it could be shipped to soldiers on the front lines. Spam was the ultimate wartime food, a symbol of resilience and resourcefulness. But its popularity didn't end with the war. Spam found a special place in kitchens around the world, incorporated into everything from sandwiches and omelets to stir-fries and even desserts. It's a testament to its versatility, its ability to adapt to different cultures and cuisines, so whether you're a Spam enthusiast or a skeptic, there's no denying its place in food history. Chapter 7. The Future of Food, from Crickets to Lab-Grown Meat. As we venture further into the 21st century, we find ourselves at the cusp of a new era in food. Forget farm to table, we're talking about lab-grown meat and insect protein. That's right, the future of food might be a lot weirder and potentially more sustainable than we ever imagined. Edible insects, long a staple in many cultures, are being touted as a sustainable protein source. And then there's lab-grown meat, also known as cultured meat, which is produced by cultivating animal cells in a lab. It's meat without the need to raise and slaughter animals. Whether these futuristic foods will become mainstream remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, the world of food is constantly evolving, surprising us with new flavors and innovations. Outro bon appétit through history. From ancient Egyptian bread to the potential of lab-grown meat, we've seen how food has shaped our history and culture. It's a journey filled with bizarre twists, surprising innovations, and a constant reminder that our relationship with food is always evolving. So, what's the weirdest or most fascinating food you've ever encountered? Share your culinary adventures in the comments below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more delicious explorations into the world of food history. Stay tuned for more weird and wonderful tales from history. Next time we'll be diving into the history of beverages, from ancient elixirs to modern-day concoctions. Until then, happy eating.